Hi folks, welcome to my channel. Going to do a part 2 video on my little imp, if you remember that. This time I've got slightly bigger props on there. I think they're about 1mm bigger. They're off a heliway 903 8mm motor, but I've got these on 7mm motors, 20mm long. Now I've been having a lot of trouble with this because as I was doing some testing with these props indoors, this motor gave out, so I went and bought another set. I think they're off a SEMA. The only difference is this motor mount, the shaft is slightly shorter, not by much, probably about 1mm or something, so I've had to lift this prop up slightly higher. I mean, they're still the same, you know, they're still at the same level. It's just that I had to push, these got quite long shafts, so obviously the propellers go down a lot further, but with this one I had to lift it slightly, not by much. So anyway, yeah, so what happened was I ordered some new motors. I put that one in now, and what happened was it was working backwards. I did wire it up right. I think it's blue to positive and red to negative, whatever it was. I copied the other motor anyway, so I knew it was right. But these three motors, this one, and this one, were all spinning the same direction. So what I did was, to cut a long story short, I unsoldered these wires and I reversed the polarity on it, and lo and behold, these two, I think they go counterclockwise and these two go clockwise. So the idea of today is to try it out properly. I tried it out at home, it seemed okay, so I'm going to do a little flight test on it and see if it handles even better than the standard ones that I had on there, and the upgraded one, which was the DM002 standard props, which flew really good. I'm hoping these are going to do better, but the original ones, the pitch was just too mad and it just made it really hard to control. It's very squirrely, and I think the reason they done that is because this controller's only got high and low, and I think what they did, because it's a Delta Sport, I think it's a QC 4030, they tried to make it a bit more sportier by putting steeper props on there to make it fly a bit more quicker, which, you know, it did, but the only problem with that is it made it harder to control. So I've just toned it down a bit, but hopefully it will fly, you know, more stable. Unfortunately, we've got a bit of a wind here today, so not much, but it might be enough to affect it. So I'm just going to do a line of sight with this and see how things go. So let's just bind it all up, and right, that should be set. So we're just going to do a little line of sight thing here, just to see if it's okay. It's drifting slightly because of the wind, but not going to go too mad. Yeah, it's okay. Bring it down a bit. I might even keep these on there. Yep. I could see it a lot easier because of the coloured props as well. Yeah, hell of a lot easier to control. Hell of a lot easier. That was the wind. I think I'm going to keep these on here, you know. It's not as aggressive as before, but it's still okay. I mean, the props have come off a heliway 903, which, you know, they're not slow. But the handling, oh yeah, mate, the handling's a lot better. So I think this is a keeper. I see the props a lot better as well. It's not doing any more flips. And of course that antenna mod has worked as well. Right, and that's it. I've got LVC warning. So as you know, that didn't last long actually, that 400 milliamp battery. I would have thought it'd last a lot longer. That flies beautiful now. I'm really impressed with that. I'm keeping these props on now. I was well impressed with that. Don't forget it's only a toy grade controller, but yeah, that is really, really good. That's the best it's been, and it's still pretty fast. Maybe not as quick as it was, but I couldn't fly it around like that with the original props on it. They were awful. So yeah, very, very good. I'm pleased with that. That's worked out well. So that's the well, that's my little imp, because it hasn't really got a name because it doesn't exist. But I may one day get maybe an Eachine QC85 or 90 carbon frame for it. But the only problem with that is they got 8.5mm motor mounts, which are rubber mounted, and these motors won't fit in there. I think they're just grommets that just fit in. I'm bound to find a set in a car shop which would do the same job. I don't expect this frame to last forever, but you know, you never know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. It's fine at the moment. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So I thought I'd share that with you guys, and that's it. I'm going to do a bit of FPV now with my DM002. Right, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.